Yeah, obviously it was great effort by us. We are pretty excited with the way we came out tonight and just stayed super consistent the whole match. And Purdue is a great team. They are always fighters. I mean, they hit 270, which is excellent. So they did a lot of great things as well. But I'm just really proud that we finally feel like we learned from the last 3 matches we've had. So it was like we came out and just had a different attitude and mindset.
All right, we'll take questions. There's mics around. Go ahead.
Danny, your .467 percentage was easily a season high. To what do you attribute that?
I thought our setters played one of their best games of the year. They were just really consistent. I thought their decision-making was good. And we have amazing hitters, so that when they put them in a great position, it makes it much easier for them to kill the ball. But then I just thought we played with a lot of confidence. And even if we had one error got blocked, we came back with the same effort and the same mentality. And so just the consistent mindset was pretty huge.
Yeah, Coach, just to be able to have this kind of performance, especially as you mentioned that it hadn't been particularly easy up to this point, how much of a relief is that? And also knowing that you're now going up against Stanford, I mean, how important is it to have kind of momentum going into that matchup? Yeah,
you definitely want momentum, and having a game under our belt in Freedom Hall is also, big, and so there's some familiarity going into Saturday. Stanford is, a great team, so we're going to have to play even much better than we did tonight if we want to come out on top of that one. But this was a great start, and like I said, good to see us have like a low-stress game after what we've been through the last few weeks.
And for Charity and for Anna both, just to be able to be on the attack today and to have the results that you've had, I mean, where did this kind of come from for you guys to put it all together at this point?
For me personally, it came from just having that feeling that our season could have ended our last game. And I kind of took that into the game today, and I just remembered that feeling, and I just kept constantly telling myself, I don't want to feel this again. So every single time I had a chance to kill the ball, just to put it away, I made sure that I did.
I agree. You never really know when your last game is going to be, especially for us seniors. So I think our mindset was just coming in and giving it our all, and we really learned a lot from our last game and how that feels. And coming in and being the attacker today and really just going after it just shows what our team is like at right now in our mindset.
I guess for the players and for Danny, if you want, that this is a good time to be playing your best. Was this as well as you've played all season or close to it, would you say?
That's funny you asked that. At the end of the game, I actually told the girls, I said, this is the best we've ever played this year. I honestly think it was. I mean, it just felt so, like everyone was playing so free and we're just having so much fun. And like Danny said, even if we were to make a mistake, no one would be down on themselves. Like our heads were high the entire game. And, it just felt like things were just clicking on all the cylinders today.
Yeah, that's something we talked about, just like, we've done all the work up to this point, so we just wanted to come out there and just do it. And there's nothing else you can do. I mean, everyone's been putting in the work all year, so I think that was the game changer today, is just we were just having fun and going after it.
For Danny and for the girls, just the crowd waited around, and it took a little while to get the game started, obviously, because the other one went long. The atmosphere, what you thought tonight here in this building, a little different. It's pretty loud out there.
Yeah, I think it's definitely different, but you can really hear the crowd, and I like how that second level kind of almost like an overhang, and so it feels like they're pretty close to the court too. So you can feel that energy, and even though we joke that it's Freedom Hall, much different than the Yum Center, it's pretty fun to play here because you can feel the momentum in this. It's a big building, and it's pretty impressive what the acoustics do, and it doesn't feel that big when you're on the court.
Even though we're not at the Yum, I'm still grateful that we're playing here, and it's just amazing to have our fans travel with us and just be here with us and just have our backs no matter, if we're down, if we're up. And it's just something that I'm just super grateful for, and I'll never take it for granted. Our fans have always been there for us, and we hope that they're going to continue to be there for us.
Yeah, for a Thursday game at whatever time it is, I feel like they showed out pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you swept Stanford in September. You had a setback last month. How have they changed, and how has this team changed, really, for all three of you?
since the first match?
I feel like everyone has just gotten better. I mean, we're a different team than we were earlier on in the year, and so are they. So playing them in the last week of conference play, like obviously that was a tough last week in conference, but it really could go either way. I mean, they're really aggressive team. They're really competitive. I think it's just going to be a really good matchup to see.
I think you've seen the senior leadership from both teams just shine throughout the season, and their seniors are playing exceptional. Our seniors are playing exceptional, and that's what you hope for this time of year. Is if you want to win big, your seniors have to step up and kind of lead the team, and you can tell Stanford's are, and you can tell ours are.
They nailed it.
This is for both of the players. What adjustments, if any, do you make playing in Freedom Hall? Is there like a sight line? Like I know the lighting is kind of different than the Yum, or is there anything specific to it?
That's a great question. For me personally, I focus on like just where the placement of the net is, because for me, when the lights are super bright, the net kind of looks invisible. So whenever I'm hitting or serving, I just really focus on like where the tape is. So I like, it sounds funny, but so I don't miss. But I just kind of have to adjust my eyes, if that makes sense. Like depth perception is one thing that I really have to focus on in this gym.
Yeah, I think the practices before, like really taking those seriously, like getting used to everything, like every gym is different. So I feel like that gave us confidence. Like we had a practice in here before, it felt good. And then once you get adjusted to that, I think it's fine wherever we're at. So.
Danny, you've had freshmen step up in the NCAA tournament since you've been here, starting with like Claire Chaussee to Anna, Elena. Last year, Reese had a couple big matches, and then today it was Nielis. So at what point in the season do you know like they're ready for this stage, or do you just thrust them in?
I don't think you ever know. It's like you're as a coach, you work to prepare them all year, and Nae's had a lot of experience, so it's like you just hope that she has the confidence to come out in big moments and play great. And when Nae lets her personality shine through, that's when she plays her best, and that's what we've been talking about in the last few weeks. Is we got to get more of that personality and that grit to show. And I thought it was great tonight.
Anybody else?
This is for Danny and the players. The second round, you had a quick about 20-hour turnaround. This time you get a little bit longer of a break with tomorrow off before you play Saturday night. So from a coaching staff standpoint and a player standpoint, what's this next 40 or so hours look like?
We're going to enjoy this win, and that's, one thing that our program's always been really good at is enjoying the moments and not taking it for granted how hard it is to be here. So we're going to enjoy it tonight, and then tomorrow we'll have a practice, and that'll be really focused on Stanford and some adjustments we can make from the last time we played them. But just a lot of rest and a lot of good food.
Facts.
Danny, I know the big picture is still out there. The goal is still out there, but to make it 4 times in a row to the Elite Eight is pretty special. We just kind of talk about what that means for this group and this program.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about it before the game. Like, this senior class won't be defined or shouldn't be defined by, their last game, whether it's Saturday or whether it's next Sunday, because what they've accomplished is pretty incredible. And I didn't even realize it's 3 or 4 Elite Eights in a row. And the year before Anna DeVere got here, we were celebrating like we won the national championship, going to the Sweet 16 for the first time in a long time. So to be able to continue success it's hard. And I'm just proud of, the team and the players that came here and trusted that we were going to do it to actually do it. And they're the ones that have carried the load.
It's probably a silly question at almost midnight, but usually you're at this level, you're somewhere away at a city somewhere else and doing different things. When you're at home, do you just do the same old stuff, or do you try and make it special, or just being in the tournament special enough at this point?
I think earning the right to host is special enough, and you want to use that to your advantage. So like sleeping in your own beds and giving the players the time they need to be in a great mindset. But we went out for a nice dinner last night. We went at Jeff Ruby's, and we wouldn't normally do that for a home weekend, obviously. And so it's not too different, but a little bit. We try to make it special, mostly with, like I said, with food. Make sure these guys are feeling great.
Danny, what was your takeaway from the last Stanford match, and what regrets did you have about the way that went?
The regrets are hard. I mean, we were in deuce games. Like we blew a 4 or 5 point lead in game 1 and game 4. So I think the regret is not being able to close that out and looking back and like, how did we let Stanford back into those sets? And then I thought, some of the things that we defend really well, we did not against them. So, I'm hoping that we can make that adjustment. And it feels like we will if we just do what we know we can do. I also think our serving could be much better, and that's what was great tonight to see our serving really kind of take over that match, and that's what you need to do against a great offense, and in particular, a fantastic setter.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.